Good morning, students. My name is Dr. Abhishek Kumar Mishra. I am Assistant Professor of Physics in Government Vishwanath Yadav Tamaskar Postgraduate Autonomous College, Durg, Chhattisgarh. Today, in this video lecture, I will explain the practical of regulated power supply for BSc and MSc Physics students. The object of present experiment is to study regulated power supply and find the value of voltage regulation. The different apparatus are required for performing this experiment. They are power supply, IC regulator or Zener diode, variable load resistor, millimeter and voltmeter. Power supply can be obtained with the help of bridge rectifier and filter capacitor. If unregulated voltage is given to IC regulator, it produces an almost constant output voltage. These three-terminal IC regulators can supply load current from 100 milliampere to 3 ampere depending upon the IC specification. This IC not only regulates the output voltage but also attenuates the ripples in the output section. A DC power supply which maintains the constant output voltage respective of the fluctuations in AC mains or variation in the load is known as regulated power supply. A regulated power supply generally consists of different electric components like step-down transformer, rectifier circuit, filter circuit and some voltage regulating device connected to the input. The function of each block of regulated power supply is shown here. The first section of regulated power supply is transformer. In most of electronic circuits, DC voltage required for operation of various electronic equipment is quite less, 3 to 24 volts. This voltage is very small as compared to that obtained from the main AC line. Therefore, a step-down transformer is used to get the value of voltage required. The transformer consists of two windings. The primary winding is connected to 220 volt AC mains and the required AC voltage is obtained from secondary winding. It works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. The next section of regulated power supply is rectifier section. In this rectifier section, AC is converted into DC. Therefore, bridge rectifier is used to convert the AC into pulsating DC due to its advantages over any other type of rectifier. Therefore, the output of rectifier section gives pulsating DC. The next section of regulated power supply is a combination of filter circuits and voltage regulator. A filter comprising of capacitor and an inductor is used for filtration of the rectifier output. Filter is used to remove the ripples from the output of rectifier and so smooth it out. The DC output at the filter output is dependent upon the AC mains and applied load. Variation in any of two results give variation in the output. Generally, a voltage regulator is employed at the filter output. Usually, for voltage regulation phenomena, Zener are 78, XX are 79, XX series IC voltage regulator is employed that keeps the DC output voltage constant even if there is variation in AC or the load. The working of regulated power supply is shown here. From figure, we see that when main AC voltage is applied on the input of transformer, then transformer convert this main AC voltage to reduced AC voltage. Now, this reduced AC voltage is applied on the input of bridge rectifier. The bridge rectifier converts this AC voltage into pulsating DC and therefore we will get pulsating DC from the output of bridge rectifier. Next section is filter circuit. Now the pulsating DC components obtained from bridge rectifier section can be applied on the filter circuit. The filter circuit removes AC components from this output voltage and we will get unregulated DC voltage. Now this unregulated voltage is applied on the Zener diode and in final section we will get regulated DC voltage. In this way regulated power supply is worked. The formula used for calculate percentage voltage regulation is given here. In this formula VDC represents output voltage in the presence of load and V-DC represents output voltage in the absence of load. Now the observation table are made for unregulated power supply. In this table first we record the output voltage in the absence of load, that is V-DC. Now load current IL is noted on each observation and output voltage in the presence of voltage can also be recorded. Now by using formula of voltage regulation we can calculate voltage regulation for unregulated power supply. The same observation table is made for regulated power supply. In this section the output voltage in the absence of load is recorded. Now the load current IL and output voltage VDC in the presence of load is recorded, and then by using formula of voltage regulation we can calculate voltage regulation and the ratio of V-DC upon VDC. A graph is plotted between ratio of V-DC and VDC and load current. From graph we can see that for regulated power supply the voltage remains constant, but for unregulated power supply voltage does not remain constant. From graph it is concluded that the unregulated power supply the output voltage is varying with current, while on the other hand the graph of regulated power supply output voltage is considerably constant with current variation. In performing experiments following precautions has been made. The first precaution is the terminals of the transformer should not be touched. The voltmeter must be sensitive and of proper range. The switch S1 must be kept open while using it as unregulated power supply, but while using it as regulated power supply the switch S1 must be closed. To measure the output voltage in the absence of load the switch S2 must be kept open, while to measure the output voltage in the presence of load the switch S2 must be closed. Students, in this way we will perform the experiment of unregulated and regulated power supply. Hope you will understand and perform accordingly. Thank you.